My name is Hugo. I'm a French entrepreneur living on Koh Samui, Thailand, and I'm 33 years old. I am 33 years old, and yeah, I created Art Lab about 4 years ago. We specialize in kind of funky furniture pieces, pop art. We're trying to make some classic designs affordable to a wider audience. Lighting, furniture, so sofas, armchairs, but also wall decor, paintings, photos, and sculptures. It's basically drop shipping, except that it's the big items. People usually think, when they think about drop shipping, they automatically think about small items, t-shirts shipped from China. It will all leave from Asia, hence the name. Different locations, different on the product types, and we can ship to your door pretty much wherever you're located in the world.
And this is a very comfortable chair that I'm sitting in right now. It may not look like it's that comfortable based on the design, but it is, and it's a unique style as well.
I love this piece. So that's velvet actually. It's very soft velvet. Not so pet friendly, I'll be honest.
Okay.
If you have cats, maybe best to avoid. And this stainless steel, stainless steel base, yeah, very deep.
And you also have a studio, correct?
Yes, I do.
In Thailand.
Right, correct.
Art Lab Asia.
Correct, exactly. So you can just walk in. It's more of a showroom shop, but some pieces are only here in my house. You're also more than welcome to come here and have a look at a piece of furniture or an artwork in particular. Just have to contact me.
Would those be private appointments?
Yes.
They have to schedule it through the website?
That's right, by email or by WhatsApp.
A link in the description below to Art Lab Asia, and she can check out the website and scroll through all of the designs and products they have available for sale. What inspired you to create Art Lab Asia?
I was just trying to make these pieces more accessible, basically, more affordable. There are some classic designs that are not so complicated, just really aesthetically pleasing, but they're totally out of budget for most people, just because they're now being collected by some people, or they're in very specific locations around the world.
How do you select the pieces that you sell?
Right, so I think it's a mix of personal taste and current trends. There's a mirror over there. That's our bestseller. It's called the Ultra Fragola mirror. It was designed by Ettore Sottsass, which is an Italian designer from the 80s, late 70s. It's one of my favorite design movements, but it's also gone back in fashion with Instagram, with some influencers posting it, buying it, taking selfies in it. So it's very much a mix of just trends, things that are buzzing, and things I like personally.
So as an artist, would you say it's better to follow the trends or do your own thing, make your own trends?
You need to pay attention to what's going on, what's being popular, what people are talking about, and then use that to make your own artworks, I think. But if you're just copying, you're always going to be behind.
And then you create your own style based on that trend. Don't just copy, you don't just want to copy someone else, right?
Then it's a matter of
copy but make it your own.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. That's what I do, I think, because a lot of my artworks, things that you can see behind, they're inspired by some other artists' artworks. This type of finish, for example, is called electroplated, which gives this chrome effect, mirror effect to the sculpture.
Are they fragile?
They are fragile, yes.
I would think so.
Yeah, they're not too heavy, they're hollow, but they are fragile. And a lot of famous artists and sculptors use this kind of finish, and so that's where I got inspiration from.
And all of this stuff you can get on the website, right?
Yes.
It's all available online.
Yes,
at
it is.
Art Lab Asia.
It is. You can choose the color. For example, this chair, you can have it in different fabric. If you want something a bit more pet friendly, you can have it in different color.
And how much would something like this go for that I'm sitting in now?
So this is one of our most expensive chairs because of the stainless steel.
Yeah.
That's around $700.
Oh,
Seven
still not too expensive.
Actually $800 on the top of my head, excluding shipping. This is more affordable, more around $450. Also quite
Surprisingly comfortable based on how it looks.
It is actually comfortable, yeah. Production time will vary depending on the piece. And if there's something you have in mind, something specific or just a photo of a sofa or an armchair that you've seen somewhere on social media or on internet, you can also share this with us. We can also produce
custom designs as well. Wow. So for the digital nomads who are watching this video, since they're, a lot of them are constantly moving, they're traveling, they don't really have a home base, possibly they don't want to buy furniture, right? They probably wouldn't be your ideal client, right? Or maybe not.
And that's fine. I'm a digital nomad, which means that I can work from absolutely everywhere, but I'm also interested in settling down.
Same, exactly. That's exactly how I feel too.
This house is mine now,
yeah.
And so I'm happy to furnish it the way I want and to make it homely. And
your home base is Koh Samui, but at the same time you can travel and work from anywhere you want.
Yes.
It's just Koh Samui ticks a lot of the boxes.
Exactly.
Do you also work with clients in Samui as well? Do you have people, I would think, reaching out to you to buy your artwork in Samui?
More and more, which I'm delighted about. It took time. The first 2 years were really, really tough. But yeah, I work with hotels, beach clubs,
awesome,
restaurants.
Scene Beach Club?
Scene Beach Club, we're actually currently in discussion. There's another one up in Bangkok called The Deck. I made a big sculpture for them that's by the pool. A lot of the houses on Koh Samui kind of look alike.
They do.
You go on Airbnb and you will see a lot of similar style in terms of interior design. And I think what people are starting to understand now is that it's you have to make your villa or house stand out. And one way to make it stand out is by kind of adding some funky furniture pieces.
Sure.
Some art
decorative arts.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the entire house, but maybe one or two pieces can make a big difference. They also,
especially maybe like when they first step foot in the front door, you want to see something that's unique.
Exactly. Not to mention
catches the eye.
Yeah, eye-catching for sure. And people like to take pictures and selfies, and offer them to a bigger audience, a larger audience.
Makes sense, and that's partly where the online marketplace comes in too. You have the website. It's, I'm assuming optimized for SEO, and people can find it easily.
When you upload a picture, you have to just assume that you're uploading it for a blind person actually. So Google can read the description of the picture to these people, and that's also how you can kind of come up on some specific keywords. Then the titles are very important. Then how long does a random visitor stay on your website?
Sure, that's the dwell time, and the bounce rate as well.
Exactly.
You want them to stay on there as long as possible. And I think for your site it's good because you just have a kind of like an infinite scrolling list, at least on mobile, of all the products, and you have 500 at least products on the site?
That's about right, yeah. 470, sorry, yeah. Reaching out to us is the first kind of step because it's all customized. The shipping quotes, shipping, like transport cost, fluctuates a lot. So it has to be updated all the time. So if there's a piece you're interested in, the first step is definitely to reach out to us. And
and that way you can create a custom quote based on the shipping charges, and you don't just push a button and
No, I can't
it's
do
off
that.
to your door.
It wouldn't be detailed. It wouldn't be detailed and precise enough. So.
And I've noticed some of the pieces you have are quite large. Like right now I'm looking at a fiberglass cactus. And it's what, 6 feet at least?
It's only
quite big.
It's about 2 meters.
So that one I would think is quite challenging to ship in the mail.
It is.
Logistically.
It is. So it would be shipped by sea freight, and it comes in a wooden case. The challenge is packing is very important. So we do spend whatever is needed to provide very safe packing. So yeah, the importance, the challenge is to make it steel, like stay steel during transport.
So it doesn't get damaged or scratched or broken or anything?
No, so it comes in a wooden case. The inner packing is also really safe with foam, customized foam, so it actually takes the same shape. So it's a mold we make. So it kind of just embraces the shape of the sculpture, so it doesn't move.
So you're really taking drop shipping to the next level. It's not like just something that
Have to
push a button and it's off to your door. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes.
Yes, but we do provide last mile delivery service, so it's really door-to-door service. But it takes time. It takes time because obviously we can't ship this by air. So it takes about 25 to 35 days, depending on your location.
So what are some of the main markets that you work in?
Mainly the US. So
That's where I'm from.
Thanks to your countrymen. Yeah, so California is actually very easy to ship to California, just because there are a lot of ships that go there on a weekly basis. From Asia to California to Los Angeles, it's actually quite quick turnaround time.
That's a big port city
It's a
too.
big port. It's the port of Long Beach, actually.
I've been to Long Beach before, yeah.
Huge logistics hub. So, so California is quite easy to ship. Sometimes you can reach your door in about 15 days. Europe, yeah, we ship to Germany, France a lot. By train sometimes.
Huh.
So it crosses Asia and Russia and Middle East.
Wow. So what would you say is the favorite part of your job?
Definitely the freedom to work from everywhere in the world, to work whenever I want. So on the other hand, there's not a single day where I don't work. There's no day off ever. Not that I work like crazy every single day. I'm passionate about what I do, and I really want to develop it further.
But that's the thing, like if you're passionate about what you're doing, it's not really work.
No, it's not.
It's more like play. It can be that way to a certain extent.
It's just the motivation is completely different. But yeah, I mean, just the flexibility, the freedom, and you're always a better salesman when you like the product, when you actually enjoy the product, the service itself. Take the risk and lose the chance. You gotta take the risk.
There's a really good saying, like it's you build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to help build theirs. And I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have to make that decision yourself.
For sure. I do think that it's sometimes good to keep a job alongside at first.
Sure.
As you're kind of scoping things out, working on your business model.
Very true.
I had 2 jobs for almost a year, and in hindsight, I couldn't have done it any other way. Otherwise, it takes off some of this financial pressure.
It can be quite challenging, but as long as you just stick to it and you're persistent, you don't give up, it's gonna be, you will be successful.
I agree. It's tricky because it's a
Uh-huh.
matter of like believing in yourself, as cliche as it may sound, but also knowing when to stop and change.
Sure.
When you've tried all your best and it's
Mhm.
still not picking up, you know. So it's a
Yeah.
it's a subtle, like a happy medium between being very what's the word, like
Driven?
yeah, driven, motivated to and persevere, and also being realistic and be like, look, this is not working, I'm
Mhm.
struggling, so maybe I should use this experience to kind of bounce back and do something else. Knowing when to
Exactly.
leave.
Knowing when to leave
A
is super
party, a
important.
relationship, a job.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I found that that actually helped my relationship as well. Because I was too focused on my work and I wasn't happy in what I was doing in my work. And then once that stopped, then my relationship got better.
What's required,
Yeah.
All
Makes
intertwined,
sense.
yeah.
It's all intertwined.
Like surrounding yourself with the right people.
Mhm. This is super important as well.
It's all about the key, like finding the key people, and that's a bit of a gamble because from my experience, I've seen a lot of people spending. Let's say they have like a initial capital of like $10,000 to start up a company.
Mm.
Maybe they've kind of treated themselves to this like nice fancy office with like the latest MacBooks.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite required or
Uh-huh.
justified. The other thing I would say maybe is that it's very easy in the beginning to kind of subcontract everything and be like, oh, I'm no expert in SEO or like in social media management, so I'm going to get someone to do it, and I'm going to get someone to do my website, and I'm going to get someone to just create this very cool photo shoot for me, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Just because you feel like they're they're experts in their field, so you need to hire them to get the best job. Not necessarily true.
Better just to do it yourself.
Or try to do it
Yeah.
yourself. For example, the website, I remember my friends telling me you need to get a good website designer. I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't.
And they overcharge a lot of times. It was like so expensive to build a website.
It took me probably much longer.
But you learned a lot,
Yeah,
right,
just
along the
from
way.
scratch. And what if you need to like make changes to your website?
Mhm.
So you're gonna call that website designer every time you need to update a product page?
Doesn't make sense.
Going to be stay as independent as possible, as autonomous as possible. That makes any sense. Any questions? Not necessarily related to my products or my service, our service. If you even want to, even interested in meeting up for coffee or chatting to me about whatever life in Koh Samui or drop shipping or whatever, feel free to drop me an email, send me a WhatsApp. I'll do my best to reply to you. It doesn't have to be only about furniture and art.
Thanks so much for watching
Thanks,
this
man.
video interview.
Cheers. Thanks, man.
Awesome.